evening. Welcome to the Airstream October members meeting. We're running a little bit late this evening. I apologise if you've been waiting for the live stream, but we do have it all up and running, and Sean's been frantic over there trying to get everything working, so it should be looking good. We were a bit worried for a minute there. Tonight, we've got the usual network review coming up shortly, but before that I'll go over a few events. Most recently, last weekend, the ASLAN. Daniel has kindly come along tonight, and Raymond's here as well, who were the main coordinators for the event, and they'll be giving you a bit of info on how it all went. It was a great success, I can tell you that straight out, but yeah, more details coming shortly. Next weekend, Sunday 6th of November, Maker Faire. You would have heard the announcements on the email and at our last few meetings. We do have a registration form online now available, and I believe that is linked on the website. You would have also seen the link in your email. If you're available on the 6th, please let us know, just even if you can come for a couple of hours just to talk to the public and do a bit of representation of Airstream and let people know what we do, and it's a pretty good event as well. You can see a lot of fun stuff there. So we're still looking for a few more helpers. If you're interested, please let us know via that form as soon as you can.
Or just drop in and see.
Or just, yeah, whatever. Just come along on the day, even if you can't stay for too long. And of course, following that, we have our AGM the next Saturday on the 12th of November, which will be at the Hackney Hotel. There is also information about that now on the website. There'll also be more information about the nominations that recently happened, and the nominees' bio information will be there, and of course voting information, and if you want to do a postal ballot, we'll have all that organised in the next week or so. A guest speaker has been organised, and we're pretty excited to have Steve Jenkins coming along, who is a technologist but also involved in a lot of other things, and he's probably going to be talking about his yachting experience and some of the technology and different challenges he's had with things like the Hobart Yacht Racing and various other events that he's involved with. So that should be quite interesting for a bit of a cross-technology kind of interest thing. So again, with the AGM as well, we have a registration form for RSVP online. Please let us know if you're going to be attending the event. We don't need any full-on financial commitment from anyone, but just so that we have a better idea of the numbers for the meals and things on the night. That would be very helpful for us. Again, yeah, it's a Google link, so just jump on the Airstream website and click through, you'll see that there. I think Sean will just take us through, although I do have the list here. Were you prepared to do that, or do you want me to just run over the... Sure. So this year, Dior Freeman stepped down earlier in the year off the committee due to other commitments, and closing out this year, Justin and Sean will both be standing down as well, just due to other commitments. So that has opened up 3 available positions on the committee for the next year. And you would have seen the nomination emails last week or the last few weeks ago. We apologise that was a little bit rushed. We had a slight miscalculation of the overlapping dates when everything needed to happen, but we went out of our way to make sure we contacted anyone that was nominated within that week. So I'm hoping we got through to everyone in time. As far as I'm aware of, we did. And if you were nominated, you should have been contacted, and we've been expecting some material from you. So the short list of nominees who have accepted for the 3 positions available: Chris Cichon, Daryl Collins, David Young, Michael Kello, Michael Kratz, Sam Burney and Sam Fawn. Again, more information will be available on those guys. They've all done a little bit of a bio about themselves and what they're hoping to contribute to the Airstream committee. So you can check that out online shortly. Thanks to everyone who nominated, and for those of you that accepted, we really appreciate that you're putting your hand up for that as well. I'm sure you're aware that there's a fair bit of work going on behind the scenes all the time, so we need some really key people to help us with that all the time. And that's about it. So the AGM is starting to get, organisation is starting to get finalised for that. Should be a pretty good evening. And there'll be more information. Anything you want to know, it should be on the website within the next week or two. So from there, how about we hear a bit about Aslan from the weekend. So Daniel Wilkshire's here. He's been self-nominated and self-promoted to be the Aslan coordinator.
Pushed in.
And for those of you that haven't met him, I think he came in on the stream last meeting. So tell us all about how it went.
Alright, so I've got a cool little PowerPoint that I did when I was meant to be working. So, Aslan, we've got a new team. I've got no signal, but we've got a new team. We're had a shot at it first time. A lot of us didn't really know what we're doing, so we thought we'd give it a go. So, on our team, if we can get this guy using well.
Come on, PowerPoint.
Does not come on the TV.
Yeah, it didn't like going full screen.
I'm glad it's not a Macintosh.
So it's just that.
Never have an issue with my Mac though, never have.
Anyhow, Aslan went on
Just run it.
last weekend. We started at 10 o'clock. We had a good attendance, and we'll go through that in a minute. Just go down here a little
Yeah,
bit.
that's how you're doing it now. Go.
Okay, so we've got our the committee that we ended up forming, which changed as Ray could back me up over a few weeks. We ended up with myself and Ray running it. We got Sam, Matthew, and Sam was doing our game admin, and they did a fantastic job, I have to say. Then we had Scott, Claire, and Mark also help us out. So this is on the Aslan website, which we finally got control of. We had a bit of trouble trying to sort of get everything back in control of because people have forgotten account names, passwords, and that kind of stuff. So we've been slowly clawing it back as we've been finding it. So they're the people who have helped us put it on, and I have to say right now, without this group, we wouldn't have been able to run. So I'm very, very happy with this group. Good job, guys. All right. So if we go to the next one, on the day, I just wanted to put some credit to these people who also helped out on the day. So we had Dave helping us out with registrations, Sarah helped us out in the kitchen, and Sean just turned up with all the cables we were missing, as usual. All right, moving along. I want to touch screen.
Boom.
Okay, first thing about Aslols, it was a success because someone showed up. That was my big success. We had 6 admins playing games. Well, 5. 6 admins playing games. We had 2 helpers playing games, but we had 19 players, which we were sort of aiming for 20. Thought we might get 10, so 19 for us was really good. We were very happy with that outcome. Okay, next screen. We held it there. That's Para Vista, Good Shepherd Para Vista on Montague Road. Been talking to the venue people there, and they're happy for us to continue running Aslan there. It's an easy to get to shop. Plenty of parking around here and around the front, so it's not a big issue. The only disadvantage we've got is that they're closing down for renovations for 6 months, starting in a few weeks. So the next couple of Aslans will not be ran from here because we can't, but when they come back, we'll have a brand new hall, we'll have a brand new kitchen, we'll have great facilities that they're happy for us to keep using. So I'm very happy with the way we looked after the place, and the conduct of the people there was really good, so we've been welcomed back. Next one, just to give you an idea, that was our table layout. So we had a system in place that's Lazo or Matthew wrote up for us, where people could actually register and pick a seat they wanted to sit at so they could put their friends together, what have you. That was the final layout for the day. So those who didn't pick a seat, we assigned a seat for them. So you can sort of see we almost filled it, so we're very happy with that. Okay. The other thing that the team's been working on, the admins, is the interface. So rather than using pen and paper for everything, we've gone to an online interface. It was already in production when we took over Aslan, but we decided to continue working on it. So this is actually still in progress, still being updated, still being modified. These 2 systems allowed for registrations. We also is access to the stream there. And on this one was the actual tournament interface, which will be integrated very soon. So the idea is that you'll be able to log on, get into whatever tournament you've been involved with, get past results, that kind of fun stuff. So that's the system we've put in, and we're going to continue building. Now, have you got internet? If you do, that's a movie. The bit that you won't see there is that Sean did us a favour.
It's going to play in PowerPoint on Mac.
I know, it was really sad. But that's actually a time lapse of the event. You would have seen the event being put together. I was really hoping to show you that, but
Can you like double click on it to get it out or find the link or something?
Just open up Airstreams. Oh, hang on, there's a link. Yeah.
It's hidden.
it's hidden. I didn't realise it would be using a Mac.
You've still got the link I sent in the chat.
You'll have to find it.
That was only just the other day.
Yep.
How exciting.
Email, isn't it great?
Dave Justin committee would be that one.
As long as we don't want to read on that screen.
So yeah, this is just a time lapse we did. So Sean set up a camera. Oh, music. So that's the hall we used.
She'll plus to it. I think.
It's only could go for a few minutes, so you can see that we filled out the back table. I will admit that 4 of the people were actually mine. So we had this projector here, and that was playing constantly, and that was playing the stream. Because we were also live streaming the entire event, so this was actually playing back the stream back at the people so they can see what's going on.
Yeah, the stream was excellent. Yeah.
We've got a few improvements we want to make, of course, but this is our first shot at it.
Yeah.
So. And I have to point out, we saw a CRT, we were very impressed.
Caddy, yeah, he's a regular. He'll be there forever.
Yeah. So, although you can't see it, the kitchen was sort of here-ish, and you know, we had the table at the end, and it was pretty good. Everyone enjoyed it. Yeah, you could probably stop it later.
It's on 2 times.
It's almost finished.
Still another 40 seconds.
There's not much else that happens.
Does it
can you?
have?
No, you just see us pack up, and it,
I know it goes too quick to see your fancy swing.
You're saying that's the best bit. So
Yeah,
back
that's
up.
the packing up.
He wants to see himself sweep before.
It's probably the only one he's up.
How exciting. YouTube stream of a YouTube stream of a time lapse.
Okay, back to the PowerPoint.
Oh, I didn't get to see it. What did you do with it?
Okay, moving on. So how did we go? So we did make a measurement. So the next one across, we've got the costs. This is how much it cost us to actually run the event. So obviously the Bondi assumes made it back. If it hasn't, it will. I only put a little bit of money into advertisement. It was our first one. We just wanted to make sure we got there. We put the $20 into Facebook advertising, and it actually did generate a result. So it's something we'll probably very much consider in the future. Administration costs. A lot of the stuff had to be replaced because it was just old. Some of the administration stuff, unfortunately, was left in the weather, so we had to replace all kinds of things. So I don't believe the administration cost would be as high in the future, but that was pretty much a getting started cost. We tried to keep it as low as we could. Food and drink cost us $300, giving us a total cost of $670 to run the event this time round. Moving next one. These are the prizes. Airstream supplied it with us the cash prizes that we gave out, and they were the prizes that were awarded. I only thought of it as I pulled up. I should have actually told you who won the events, but someone won them. So we ended up giving out $400 in prize. And I will comment that the cash prizes did attract more players. So it's just something to keep in mind.
Excellent.
All right, moving along. Our income, ticket sales, we got 335 in ticket sales. When I say equipment sales, we decided this year we'll do it differently. We were not going to supply network cables to the users, but we decided that if someone wanted a cable, we'd sell them to them for $5 or thereabouts. No one bought anything, so that was a great idea. However, food sales, we did about 235. I've rounded down and up and just to make it flat figures, but yeah, it's 235. So the total cost at 570, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Next one. So, I think I've got my figures back to front. I have got my figures back to front. So, bottom line is it's actually a positive 100 we ended up with at the end of the day. I just
Like
got it back to
magic.
front. So, we were actually expecting to make a loss. We actually didn't, so we're actually quite happy and proud of that. Moving now,
Yes.
next one. So what have I said next?
Next line.
Oh, stop it. What is next? Aslan 42. We've already set a date, we just don't have a venue at the moment. Okay, so Aslan 42, we'll rename it and give it some cool name. 28th of January, which is the weekend after Australia weekend. And we don't have a venue, so we'll get back to that as soon as we can. And we'll obviously let you all know. Next
Or if
one.
anyone's got a contact.
Yeah, just email
Get
them
in
to
touch,
Aslan.
yeah.
Yeah. The other thing we're doing, which is a bit different than usual, is we're going to try and build an online community to support Aslan. So I feel, and a lot of the community agree with me, that if we build an online community, that'll keep Aslan alive for the next one, rather than it just have an event, excite, then the hype drops, and then we put it back. If we can keep something keeping going, then we're going to hopefully keep the momentum, that word, yeah, that. And from there, we'll be able to, you know, keep people coming and that kind of stuff, and start getting people talking between games, make new friends, the whole lot. So we want to keep that community moving. So we've decided to put it one game competition where the users will play this particular game in their teams, and then they'll come to Aslan, the next one, for the finals to see who can actually take it. Okay. Next one. That's the game that was selected after a lot of arguments. So we're asking you to put the word out there to start building up a Overwatch team. We want you to tell everybody. We're going to get people to mention at schools, that kind of stuff. We haven't got the date when we'll run the first game, but we will be streaming one of the games each fortnight a week it runs. So you'll be able to tune in and, you know, see what's happening and start barracking for a team or what have you, and so forth. So I think that's it for me. So I'm looking forward to getting more Aslans.
Thanks very much, Andy. Alright. I guess we should go for a network report, shouldn't we, Justo?
Possibly.
How are you feeling about that?
Positive.
Yeah.
Why would they be positive?
Yeah, news from the network floor. You guys will have to fill us all in on that. There was a network meeting not
Always
last
network
week.
meeting, mate.
There is always one just before this. It's good. Keeps it all fresh.
Or 2 weeks before this. I'm just sending appropriate images.
We've got a snazzy door prize tonight as well, so don't forget, you know, every now and then you should make your way down to an Airstream meeting in person, say hello to all the guys, and you could win.
Might get lucky later.
You could win yourself a secret door prize, but you have to be here to know what it is. For $2.
But it's always a secret.
Ladies and gentlemen, Justo.
Here we go. Okay. Anyways, moving on. Alright. So I'll give you the updates on the stuff that's happened, and then I'll tell you about the stuff that's broken, and then I'll tell you about the stuff that's in the pipeline. So the network team is still working on, obviously, updates around the network, which is really good. So you'll see those happen eventually and stuff. That's firmware updates.
Should still be whatever it is.
Anyone that's running anything in backwards compatibility, Beta 19, godsend. Oh my god. Fixes so many problems. Carrick Hill is still due for its maintenance and replacement router, so that'll be happening soon. There's also a proposal, I believe, in the works for that, so we'll see that coming soon. I don't have anything else to report on Sky at the moment. Put this on silent. Cool. So we had a few tickets we had to chase up. GSVV had an outage. The Westmar was offline. I was after that Storm did after Storm didn't come back up, correct?
Yeah.
Apparently Power Cycle fixed it.
That was me.
Classic. Classic 260 GSP. We need to put another 260 GSP in.
Power cycle too.
So you can power cycle.
That's good. Yeah, like 25 GSP there. Just to ensure full power cycle ability.
It's like you use Ethernet Power Cycle, but then like the switch won't work, so you can't get the thing.
Yeah. It's great.
Lonsdale was also down. Lonsdale was also down. Yeah, it was. Tony fixed that one.
Yeah, it's just a trip.
Just a breaker, wasn't it?
Yeah, fuse trip.
Is the mast still on the roof?
Rock steady.
Rock steady?
There's
Look at
not
that.
a big storm and the mast
We do good
came
things
in,
good.
We did one thing right.
I don't think we had any masts. Did we have anything fall
There's
down
nothing
last
left.
storm?
There's nothing left on the mast, but
Ah,
the
we-
mast is still there.
We did have something fall down in that storm, the sector at Cement Hill. That fell down. So something else that was
The SXT LC.
okay, it was just two things fell off masts. So Cement Hill had a sector fail. We had someone stumbling for it actually, and they said, "Oh, is the sector working?" And I went and checked it, and I said, "No." And then Andrew from Coast drove past, and he said, "There's something hanging off your tower." And I was like, "Okay."
Flapping it again.
It's flapping in the wind. So it was one of those old low Lamboan sectors, which have the RF element sectors that have the mounts that crack. So we have replaced that with a nice brand new AC sector. There is a ticket for that. People will need to upgrade accordingly. Yes. What else is broken that I've forgotten? I think we all came back pretty well after
We replaced the guy wire too, don't forget.
that's Cement Hill. That's fixed too.
Guy wire, yes.
Nice.
Well done.
That's why there were so many people there.
Yeah,
It's shut down, but it's like go on.
Look at that, mate. Need more G's Wi-Fi.
Let's see what a rocket is.
So the other thing that is for us is the client connection policy, which we've all probably seen by now.
Better off.
It's been around in email for a while. We're going to keep it out there for a bit of discussion. The network team's got to discuss a couple of things as well as a committee. But there was a couple of points I wanted to add. Is that your some of the things I'm seeing, and this is so if you read your application form.
Do you want to just cover what it is?
Yeah.
For people who haven't seen it.
Sorry.
The actual policy, what's it
Yeah.
referring to for the people who haven't even read it?
So it's referring to putting a policy on connection quality on sectors, so we don't drag them down for other people. So basically, and it's very conditional. I mean, if you're the only person on the sector, we're not going to force you to follow a policy because you're the only person on it. But we would like you to do the best you can. The problem is with these new AC sectors, you start dragging each other down and down, 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 and one person can destroy the sector for the rest. Or to do with airtime.
Should people be fearful of this policy?
I don't think people should be fearful of the policy. Are you fearful of the policy?
No, I'm asking because it seems like some people are.
Well, was anyone scared? Why is anyone here scared of the policy?
Just email comments that have gone around.
Yeah.
It's not about kicking people off.
It's definitely not about kicking people off. It's about making the network work better for everyone that's connected to a sector. We're not here to police and kick people off and do that and stuff. So, yeah.
It's a recommendation.
Yeah, it's not a recommendation. We'd like you to follow it.
It's a policy. What is a policy for? What is it actually?
It gives you a whole bunch of, it's to make or the sector you're connected to or the access point you're connected to function better for everyone connected to it. It's requirements. That may or may not be
I think that's what
enforced.
happened. Just a lot of people thought this, if they don't follow that policy, they can get kicked off, and that's probably why some of the emails are flying around. It might need to be made clear. that
Correct, I only saw 3 emails. Well, there might have been a couple more, but I only saw 3. Most are around their membership. But yeah. So one point I'd like to make in public, and me saying this, is that on your application form, it does say that your membership doesn't guarantee you a connection to the network. For all the people that have pulled that Okay, sorry to be the bad guy that has to say that, but that's true, it's on your form. To answer the majority of the problems people had. There's quite a few, and there's a whole lot of information to digest in a couple of the emails some people sent in. And I haven't finished fully digesting it yet, but we will discuss those at the next committee and network meetings, as per se. Next thing is, if we're all happy with that, does anyone have any questions? Otherwise, I'll go into doing some upgrades. Possibly. So obviously, Cement Hill got a sector upgrade to AC. It's got a nice TI titanium sector now with a rocket AC light on it. So there's a ticket on the tracker for that. I hope there is. I saw it with the firmwares you need to use in it. So James can try and stubble for that now and stuff. So that's also been rechanneled. So anyone that had a scan list set needs to also undo that. I've been through scan lists before. I've talked about scan lists before. Cool. The other thing is that there's a rocket doing funny things at EARC. I forget which APR it is, but it's one of those. Yeah, the APR 2 is the one with all the clients on it, isn't it? Yeah. Out of all the rockets, they had to have a problem. So that will be. So there's a couple of things going around at the moment, but we're looking at. So we obviously have to get there to do a backhaul anyway. But that's an ongoing project that we need to get access to do it. So that's another link to Ingle Farm. That's that one. So while we're there, we're thinking of just replacing. Now, there's nothing else to set in stone. This is a purely discussion at the moment. We're thinking of just replacing all the M5 rockets with AC rockets, which is a possibility. It's easier if it's so far away, and it's access as possible, but we got to go through and do written permission and stuff. So we might as well just do them all at once if we're going there. It's just swapping some radios on things. So there's a couple of things going around at the moment about what to use and how we should do it. So we'll be in touch when we know what we're doing. So hopefully that'll get done in the next few weeks. Hopefully. We'll probably finalise the next network meeting. So, and then it's done shortly after that. That's all I have from a network point of view at the moment that I can remember off the top of my head. And that every 9 minutes.
And that proposal that's floating around now,
The Tonsley
is that a
one?
new one? Yeah, because that's the west, south.
No,
No, a different one? Okay.
that's the Underdale one.
Yeah, the other one, yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you a bit update on that. Tonsley proposal. So I think I've already talked about it, but I got verbal approval to put some stuff up. So I'm formalising that now, and getting a proposal ready. It's almost done actually. So hopefully that will get approved in the next network meeting as well. So we hope. Need more search box.
Very red. Like that one?
Yeah.
How's your auntie doing?
Good question. Show where Tonsley is.
Tonsley?
Probably data's not up to date enough.
Who added Tonsley?
I did.
Must have been recently then.
Yeah, like 2 months ago.
Yeah, that's recent.
Whatever. You put up the other map and we show people where
I
it
can
is.
show you where Tonsley is.
But we're planning 2 sectors, a west-facing sector and a north-east-facing sector.
It's near there.
And we're going to shorten, well not really shorten, but make the backbone from Highgate Park to Halloran Hill. We're going to replace it with Highgate Park, Tonsley or Halloran Hill, because that Highgate Park has better loss to Tonsley, and then
It's basically there where my hand
direct.
is.
So yeah, it's in there somewhere. You can put up the other map, it actually has a pin on it.
That's up to you.
Too hard apparently. But it's on the map, so you guys can log in and have a look. So hopefully soon. We'll be more updates as that goes on.
Is there anything happening before next weekend?
No? Not unless you want to prove me the money for it.
Do the proposal, we have to approve it, so that's
Yeah, no.
2 weeks. Could be
Right.
tight, couldn't it?
Yeah.
No, it's not going to happen for Make Fair.
We have got internet access there, I noticed that.
Not necessarily permanent, though, I'm just saying. Like, we'll probably want to have something set up at the stall anyway. Just a very simple thing.
Yeah, remember you can get internet access there. Paul will hook you up with that. If you want to do some broadcasting. or
I guess, yeah, that's one thing, but it's also just about having some stuff there for people to see in operation. And it's always better if that's indicative of what we currently use rather than scraps.
Scraps.
But,
I can give you some stuff to.
yeah, I'm
take
sure
some
we
stuff.
can grab some radios before then.
Yeah, that's great how you shake the
No, that's scraps. I did a grid link the other week. It's really good.
Here's an Alex board. Yeah, we don't use these anymore, but it's cool.
Alex
You can run DNS servers on them.
is a rap too.
What's DNS mean? Yeah.
Oh, we did
Very
that.
good.
We did that talk as well.
Very, very good.
All good.
Sounds like there's a lot happening, which is good.
At the moment there is. It's been kind of a slow year, and I've noticed that as much as when I'm doing my report for the AGM, but we did some things, did some upgrades, so productive year in the all.
Excellent.
I think we kind of ran into a slope where we ran out of new sites to build.
Any network related questions for the man while he's available?
When are we going to get added to 11x? AT.
Well, considering Ubiquiti hasn't released stable firmware in 2.5 years,
Let's switch everything to that immediately.
Yeah, they've obviously released it then.
obviously. No. Doubt it. Rev 2's, AC Rev 2's coming soon though, for Ubiquiti. Wave 2,
What, 180 megahertz channels?
probably. Yeah, I'd like to see how that goes. 11X is coming soon, we should all do that. Yeah. License Spectrum.
Here we do.
All good,
You don't know?
that's me.
Awesome, thank you. And yes, big thanks as well to everyone who's been working on, for example, all the Cement Hill work recently. I'm sure you have a better idea of who attended on the day, but
Yeah, thanks guys. Actually, I don't know because I didn't organise it. So thank you whoever organised it.
yeah, we've been waiting to get that done for ages, so it's great to hear that that's sorted now. And it's usually the same kinds of people that help out with these things, so if you're out there, we do appreciate it. Yeah, mostly Tony, at least doing his best to get there and get things moving. So, that's about it for tonight, unless there's anything else from the floor.
Show off the door prize. They won't be able to win.
Throw me a door prize. You should throw me that, just for kicks. We have a lovely wireless LAN access point by the Cisco. So, we've already got a few people here tonight that are very keen to grab this one. We'll get into that in a minute. So that's it. Again, remember now, we don't have a November meeting because of the AGM, which is about mid-month. And we also don't have the December meeting, which would be pretty much on Christmas Day. So the next time we'll see you guys, apart from, I'm assuming we'll be streaming from AGM, so you'll catch that. But otherwise, it'll be in the new year, so at this venue anyway.
Actually, RSVP at the AGM.
Yes, remember the RSVP is on the website. Maybe you could just quickly bring that up. For those of you who can't remember our website, it has, what is going on here? I hate that green button thing.
Could be a Mac thing.
It is. It totally is a Mac thing. Put everything on another screen. So there you go, you've got AGM info, which is on that sticky article at the top. And we're going to just keep adding to that. So if you're looking for information, keep that one on a tab. More info about the guest speaker is available there. Maker Faire info down here. I'll double check that that has the registration link on it if you can help out on the day. But as you can see, RSVP form, just click through there and you'll get a little wizard coming up. All we want to know is, are you coming and how many people? That's just to give us a gauge of how busy it's going to be. Maker Faire next weekend though, so
2 weeks.
next, not this weekend, but next. So if you can help out there, we really do need to get on top of that as well. I think we've got about 3 or 4 people at the moment, but it is all day, so we don't want to force these people to stay there. And I remember last time it was very busy, and we pretty much had someone talking to us constantly for the whole day. So yeah, the more people we can get, even if you're just visiting, just to say hello and chat to people there, it's awesome. And it's really good, like we get great exposure from that as well, because it's very technical. It's a technical kind of thing. There's various other artists and technologists there, so yeah, very cool. Alrighty, thanks for watching. Catch you next time.